How to pass your real estate exam. If you're in the process of getting your real estate license, it helps if you can be prepared going into your exam. That way you can pass it the first time around and save the stress, anxiety, and everything else you're gonna experience if you don't. Which, to be clear, it's okay if you don't, but you just gotta keep going and come prepared the next go around. So if it's your second, third, fourth attempt and you're watching this, do not be discouraged. I'm going to share with you some tips and resources to help you, as well as to help those of you who haven't yet had your first attempt be prepared to crush it the first time around. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Tyler Roicki. I help people build income and wealth in real estate, and I run an international real estate team at eXp Realty. If you get any value whatsoever out of this video, all I'd ask is that you like, comment, and hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. And if there's anything I can do to help you now or in the future, go ahead and send me an email. You'll find that along with some other helpful resources for you in the description below. And with that in mind, let's dive into the video. So there's 4 tips I've got to really make the most of what you can do to prepare for your real estate exams, which you got a state exam, you got a national exam. You're gonna take them together in one sitting. And the first thing that you're gonna wanna do to prepare is to review your chapter summaries. And so this is at the end of the sections of your real estate pre-licensing course. If you're taking that with the solid course provider, they should provide you something in the way of summaries for every single section of that course. And so I would go back and study those. So focus on vocabulary, focus on really understanding the different terminology. And that's gonna come up a lot. The better you understand the vocabulary and what everything means, the better you'll be prepared for that exam. And you can also use a study tool called Quizlet. So if you Google Quizlet, it's a free study tool to help you study and prepare, especially for vocabulary. So check that out. You'll probably find some in your state that are specific to the real estate exam, and you can also make your own as well. And for math, that's gonna come up a little bit. The exam is not going to be heavily math-based, but there will be some questions that come up. And fact is, there isn't much of it that you're gonna have to know for the exam. There's just some key concepts. You might get a few questions on it, but it's not gonna be like the whole thing or anything by that means. And I actually made a video about real estate math. If you're not already sharp on that, go check out that video. It's gonna help you understand the key concepts that you're gonna have to know. And if you have those key concepts down, you'll be all set. It's really just a small number of concepts that you have to know that you will get tested on. And I also want to be clear up to this point, if you're not already done with the pre-licensing coursework, I wouldn't worry about studying. I would go and knock that out first. Don't even think of studying for your exam. Wait till you're all the way done with it. And if you have the opportunity to do so, put in your licensing application. That way you can get an exam date secured. And at that point, when you're done with the pre-licensing hours, go knock yourself out. Study all you want, but don't start studying before you're done with the pre-licensing. You're just wasting time if you're doing that, honestly, because you're gonna have plenty of time to study when you're done with the pre-licensing. It's gonna be fresh on your mind at that point. And the second thing beyond that, and also just know this, like for me, the first tip alone was enough for me to pass my first attempt. So it's just gonna come down to how good of a test taker you are. If you're like a BC student throughout school and college like I was, then that might actually be sufficient for you. If you are not a BC student, if you're somewhere below that, you might need some of these additional resources, and that's what they're here to help you with. So, and the real estate exam, it's testing your test-taking ability, like your ability to retain vocabulary, key concepts. Like, it's not about how great of a real estate agent you're going to be, it's about how good of a test taker you're gonna be. So just understand that. And if you need some additional help, that's where the second thing you can do is, hey, take a real estate crash course. Go and look and Google search for a 2-day real estate crash course exam prep. It's gonna be called something along those lines, but if you Google, see if there's anyone nearby you in your local market. Otherwise, you'll probably find some options online, but that's going to be, like I said, a 2-day thereabouts crash course that's going to run you through exam prep and help you be prepared to pass your national and state real estate exams. So use a Google search and see what's available nearby you and go through that. And if you can take one of those, like, you can really probably get prepared within a couple days and not have to drag out your studying for weeks on end. I mean, if you do a 2-day crash course, I would do that and then take the exam immediately after. Just knock it out. And if you need more beyond that, third thing you can do is take a practice exam or two. And this is actually going to be probably the most practical, low-cost thing you could do, which I mean, in part because I actually have a connection with the free one that you can go and take, a free national and a free state practice exam. So if you'd like that, go ahead and send me an email to ask me for it. I'll be happy to respond. Just let me know what state you're in if you want the state one. But send me an email and I'll get that over to you and you can take those. It's gonna just help run you through it one time and you'll be more prepared as a result. And then the fourth and final thing that you could do is check out Prep Agent. So I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but I've seen what they put together. I know they've helped a lot of people get through the finish line with their licensing, and it basically is all in one as far as everything I just shared. You know, it's like an all-in-one resource to help you study, prepare. They got a bunch of review material, they got crash course, they got like practice exams, a ton of them, and there's a lot of resources they put out all the time to help people study and prepare for the exam. So if you need like really a one-size-fits-all solution of sorts, like that's going to be the go-to for you. There is going to be a cost associated with it, but they have a ton of resources to help you prepare and succeed and ultimately get through the finish line with your licensing. And I'll tell you, whichever of these options you want to run with, do whatever it takes. It's worth it. The opportunity that having a license has to unlock for you, it's so valuable that if you go and make something happen with it, like it's not worth taking time sitting on the sidelines, not getting through the finish line with your licensing. So be resourceful, do whatever it takes, utilize one, if not all of these resources if you need to get your exams passed. That way you can get started in the business and start to step into the opportunity that having this license will unlock for you in life. And if you're moving in that direction, if there's anything I can do to help you step into that opportunity to make the most of it, if there's anything I can do to help you now or in the future, go ahead and send me an email. You'll find that in some helpful tips as well in the description below. But speaking of tips, I want to be able to continue to share more with you in the time ahead, especially as you're diving into the real estate business with your license. So do this. If you got value out of this video, hit that thumbs up, but also hit that subscribe button because I want to continue to be able to share more tips, information, and resources with you in the time ahead right here on this channel. And so do that, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.